It is our honor and privilege to bring up our next speaker, who has hit L7. Amazing. For those who don't know what that is, or you're new or not an affiliate, L7, we've been around 8 years, and we have leader levels. We have fun. We love rewarding our affiliates, and it's just something that we love to do. And leader level 7, me and Norbert, we built these back in 2008 to have some fun, and we knew that L7 was going to take a long time. It is a big, big deal to us, and she's worked so tirelessly with this company for you, doing webinars. She's got a bunch of products. She gives so much value on wake-up calls, and she's been doing this attraction marketing thing for like 18 years. And she worked her tail off here, and it's just so cool that she's a part of this community, this company, because literally when I remember meeting her and having the first conversation with her, and it was funny because she, on the phone, told me, it was, I think, Live the Dream 2, and she was just getting started. I'd known who she was, and she called me and said, Brian, I need to be on stage at Live the Dream 2. And I said, okay, well, here's what you need to do. And guess what? She earned it. She did it. I didn't know if she was serious or not. Everyone, says that they want to be on stage, and I said, this is what needs to get done, and she did it. And I was like, and it was what I told her to do wasn't easy, and she did it. And from that point forward, we've had built a really good relationship, and she really does bleed this company and what we stand for. Do you guys feel that when she does these calls and webinars? It really means a lot to us because we couldn't do this by ourselves, and to have leaders step up in the way she's done and lead alongside us, and it just raises the boats of everyone. It allows us to make more of an impact and bring our vision even bigger. And we certainly couldn't do it without this rock star, who is, of course, an EMT member, a very integral piece of this community, and your very first L7. So, yeah, it's pretty awesome. So she's going to come up and rock your socks off. So please give a Honey Badger L7 welcome to our rock star, Miss Diane Hochman. Come on. Rock it.
Hello, everybody! Well, first of all, Bill Moore, I need to do some GoProing with you in a little while. Congratulations. Guys, have a seat. Let me take a survey. I love you too, each and every one of you. You have no idea. Let me take a survey, because I always like to check who I'm talking to, even though I know so many of you personally. How many people in the room, just because there's a lot of new people, who's brand new, like within a month? You're all so quiet. Who's brand new within a month? All right, so she's standing up. She got her t-shirt on. She's ready to go. I want to talk to you later. Is there anybody in the room that hasn't heard a training from me before, which is awesome if you haven't? I just want to know. Oh, Ray, put your hand down. Sit down. Okay, show me again. Okay, so everybody knows, if you've been around me, I have to give you the disclaimer. I'm like drinking out of a fire hose. I'm a little bit out of control. I'm the housewife who used to be afraid of her shadow, who couldn't talk to anybody, who was so scared to order at a restaurant I only went through drive-thrus or had my husband order for me. I'm not kidding. He's here. He can testify that that is true. Who now takes your future so seriously that I just say what has to be said. So, do I have permission from all of you to say what needs to be said today? And sometimes hearing what needs to be said, no, I'm not going to beat you up, don't worry, we're going to have fun. Sometimes saying what needs to be said, you don't want to hear it for a little while. Isn't that true? I know my mentors and teachers and trainers have many times said to me things I didn't want to hear. And I'd stomp around in my kitchen while I was slicing and dicing and making lunch for my kids and go, they stupid people, those stupid people, they don't know anything. But they did. They did. Brian told the story. First of all, Brian has this habit of making me older than I am. It's 17 years. 17 years. Sometimes he says 20. I have been in the industry for 17 years. I started in 1999. Actually, October is my 17th anniversary, so 16 and change. And I've been here at My Lead System Pro for 5 years now. I just had my 5th year anniversary. And yes, it is true that I actually sent Brian an email at 3 o'clock in the morning. I decided I wanted to make a change in my life and in my business, and I saw what was going on over here at My Lead System Pro. And I sent him, this is the shy housewife, I sent him the cockiest email anybody has ever sent. And I said, you need me. Your demographics, where are all the ladies? Your demographics fit me. Who in the room, well, first of all, we know we got a lot of ladies. Who in the room is over 40 years old? Be proud. So I said, you got a lot of beautiful ladies. You got a lot of people that are looking for second career, additional income, a lot of people that are looking towards retirement and not prepared. You have a lot of mamas that want to be home with their kids. I said, you need me. And I said, tell me what I got to do. And Brian gave me the impossible. And I said, okay, no problem, and I did it. And they put me on the darn stage. That was 5 years ago. Then I took a look at those leadership ranks. If you go in your back office and you click on that little metal thing there, you can see all the different, if you go up at the top and it's the little thing there, a little number there. And I took a look at the numbers and I said, okay, well, what do I want to be? And I said, well, of course, the best one is L7. So I decided to become L7. And that just happened. And I'm going to tell you the truth, it was hard. It was hard. We did the equivalent of L5 in 30 days. And you got to understand, L7 is 5 times L5. So it was hard. And yet here we are, because I am walking, talking proof that the impossible is possible. And if the little housewife could do it, so can you. Now, I don't know what your thing is, what your dream is, what you're after. I wanted to be home with my kids. Well, now they're gone, so I don't know what the heck to do now. But the one thing we know is that this is our home. This is our home. So today, I want to have a little bit of a fireside chat with you. But before I do, because I could jump up and down and get you excited, right? We're going to have so much of that. But I just want to get intimate with you, and I want to really talk to you about where we're going, what our future is, what your future could be, because I don't know what your future is. That's up to you, right? And I want to talk about anybody want to learn some Swami voodoo? Anybody want to learn some psychological, Swami stuff? How she hit L7? She didn't know how to build a website. I do, really, I do. Guys, I know how to build a funnel in the funnelizer. I know how to use WordPress. I've been doing this for a long time. I should know by now. But it's more about people. It's more about our connection to the people. Where are my twisters in here? Wow. I should have had that be my song to come on. I forgot to tell them. They asked me what I wanted. Let's twist again. All right. For those of you that don't know what that means, we just did a course. When was that? Spring? I forget when it was. It's all blur. Called Twist Your List, and it was about email copywriting. And that has been my secret voodoo method of becoming so successful. I've built a list, but I've built it in a very unconventional way, a lot different than many people. So my list is very tight, it's very compact, it's small. I remember when I told Brian the truth, because I'm embarrassed. I'm supposed to be like this big guru. My list is like so tiny, and I was embarrassed. And yet, when you realize what's possible, we tend to think that it's this big thing out there, this thing. And it's not. It's one person at a time. So I'm going to draw some pictures. I do have a whiteboard. And I'm going to just chat with you a little bit about your psychology, You have to understand yourself, and then about the psychology of your prospect. If you understand those two things about where you are and where your person is, then what happens is you can apply that to your blog, to your videos, to your emails, to everything else you're doing, to your live streams, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can give me any medium today, and I will do well in it. Not because I'm so special. It's because I've spent a lot of time understanding humans. So does anybody want to understand humans? Yes. Good. Let's see what we got for pens. All right. All I want you to do, guys, is draw a triangle, big triangle. That's not a very good triangle. I'm not an artist. Sue me. Big triangle in your notebook. You know, some of you are going, she's about to rip someone off, something awful. So let me tell you what I'm going to show you today. This comes from, anybody take Psych 101 in college or in high school even? Right? Many of you did. There's a person called Abraham Maslow. Right? And he created something called the hierarchy of needs. And it's about the way humans, oh, I forgot. Anybody like these? Yes. That was a gift from me and Gary V. Larry, of course, as well. And I really want to encourage all of you, take a quick picture with the book and we'll tag him up and we'll make sure he sees it. And who knows, maybe he'll give us a shout out because you know he's always lurking around. One of my great mentors, so. All right, so let's take a look at this. When we are at the beginning stages of becoming an adult, I know I have 2 young adults that don't live with me anymore. They're out in the world. One's in Australia, Brisbane. Where are my Aussies? I'm coming to visit. I expect to stay with every one of you. Make room. I'll sleep on the floor. I'm good. And then my other daughter works at Google in New York City, which is kind of neat. And you know what the best thing about Google is? They feed your kid. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so you don't have to worry that they're starving. They feed your kid. It's a very good thing. When she got that job, I was so worried. She's moving to New York City. She's living in the big city. Oh, my God. And then she started, I picked her up one day, and I brought her some food because I figured she needed to be fed. And she's like, oh, no, I have Google food. I don't need your food. And I said, but I got you really good food. She goes, oh, no, I bet you mine's better. And she pulls out like a turkey with brie sandwich with herb spread. And I'm like, okay, she's all right. She's not going to starve. So there's things that we need to take care of in ourselves. And if we don't take care of these things, then we have trouble progressing. We have trouble recruiting. We have trouble creating content. We have trouble running our business, running our lives. So the first thing down here, and I'm just going to say it, and I'm going to put a P, okay? Because I'm not going to write it because I'm messy. And yeah, I could have made a slide, but God knows Hochman doesn't do slides. Is physiological needs. Physiological needs. Have I been fed? Have I been clothed? Etc. Physiological needs. If somebody's physiological needs are not met, they're really struggling to do anything else because they know what happens if your physiological needs are not met. What happens? You die. It's pretty serious, right? You die. You die. See how long you can go without water. You die. I just rode through the desert. We had water. We were like, because we've never been in the desert. We're driving like Route 10 across the country. We're like, oh boy, we better bring all these things because we might die, right? They told us there's no gas stations, there's no this, there's no that, there's no Wi-Fi, or 4G or whatever. I was more concerned about whether my phone would work than if I died. And if I don't have water and I die, we break down the side of the road, we'll be dead. But I need my phone, right? So maybe phones are now part of your physiological needs. I don't know that they are, but physiological needs. Okay, so when you meet a prospect that tells you their anybody ever have somebody tell you they don't have money for food? I have. Breaks your heart, right? But when you meet a prospect that doesn't have their physiological needs met, what are the chances that you're going to be able to progress with the prospect? It's not your fault, It just is what it is, what it is. And by the way, if your physiological needs are not met, what do you need to do first? Feed yourself, right? Get yourself water, get yourself clothed. Okay? I see people all the time. I can't buy food. By the way, I've been there. We've been like in the place where, it was like, should we pay the electricity bill or should we buy food this week? Because the electricity bill is due now, but if I wait 3 days and I run to the supermarket before 5 p.m. and I give them cash, they won't turn off my electricity. I've been there. Anybody else been there? Yeah. So you have to take care of your physiological needs first. And you have to make sure that you're not trying to market, well, they really need it. Those people need it. No, those people can't focus on what your offer is. Remember I said I was going to say it how it is? Yeah. We all want to help everybody. But you see, what you have to do is feed yourself first so that you can earn income so you can feed another person. Jim Rohn says that. Take care of yourself first, and then you progress so you can take care of another, and then you progress and you can take care of a family, and then you progress and you can give to your church or to your synagogue or to wherever you want to give. And then the next thing you know, you're building wells. And the next thing you know, you've built a school. But it all starts with taking care of your own personal needs. We cannot perform in our businesses properly unless we've become realistic about our needs. So as we go up this, I want you to start to think about where you are, where you're getting stuck. And then I want you to start to apply this to your prospects and evaluate where's your prospect. Because based upon where your prospect is, you'll know what to offer them. Does that make sense? Who here thinks that MLSP, mastery account at $150 is one of the best values you've ever seen? That's pretty tame. Who here thinks that MLSP at $150 a month, including our funnelizer, including our CRM, including our sites, including our hosting, including our library, including our training, who thinks it's a stupid deal? Yet how many people in the room have heard somebody say that's way too expensive? What's the difference? Why is it a good deal to you? Why is it expensive to them? It's because of where they are in this hierarchy, isn't it? If they don't have enough money to pay their rent, we'll get to safety next. The next one is safety, which means your shelter, your, just safety. If you're in fear for your life, who was stuck in the elevator? Were you? Some of you I know had fear for your life, okay? And then it started to get hot, and you started to get weird, and it started to get really weird. And I don't care. Ray Higdon is incredible, but 20 minutes in an elevator with Ray Higdon isn't as glamorous as you all might think. Just saying. Just saying. Bert's like twirling his mustache in there. He's like, I don't know who else was in there. I think Leah was in there, Todd, and a couple others. So it was a good time, right? I'm glad I wasn't there. I was not there. Okay. So we got your physiological, we got your safety. Okay? S. Safety. Okay? Person doesn't know where they're going to live next month. Person doesn't know if their car is going to run. Look, I'm messing up my microphone. They're going to yell at me backstage, twirling my hair. Is Keisha Bass in the room? She may not be here. Keisha, I hate these shoes. They hurt my feet, and I wore them because of you. And you next to her, Lisa and April, you got your hair all done. You put, and I'm like, I didn't get my hair done. I'm like. And then Mark took all my good material this morning. He was so damn funny. Was Mark incredible? Yes. Right? Then you got Rob, and you can't compete with Rob. And I'm like, what is this lineup? I don't want this lineup. This is not fair to me. I'm just a little housewife. What do I know how to do? I have no magic tricks. I have nothing. My feet hurt. Woo! No. I did that once before on stage, and then there were all kinds of pictures of my feet, and it was wrong. Like, like Scotty's here taking pictures of me, and he'll just pan down. No, the shoes are staying on. Shoes are staying on. All right. So when you talk to your prospect, now, should you keep that prospect in your list? Should you keep that prospect in your loop? Should you treat them with respect? Should you take care of them and listen to them? But should you spend a lot of time on a person who's kind of down at the bottom when you're trying to move forward? No, this is why we provide content. There's people in this room that couldn't work with me a year ago, work with me today. They weren't in a position, they weren't in a place. I kept them in the loop. I create content. I put it on my blog. I do webinars. I do live. Well, I don't do that many lives. I'm a delinquent about it. Sorry. I'm going to work on it. Would you come if I did a live? I have a recording of this. Ray, did you check? Did you watch for me to make sure who said yes? Okay, because Ray's watching for me. So that Ray over there. So you really want to, the reason why you're creating all this content is because you're building a hopper, I call it a hopper, full of people. And you're continually massaging them, right, as she almost falls over, massaging them till it's time for them. It's in their time, not your time. Right? Who knows who Eric Worre is? Yeah. If you don't, ask someone. Eric Worre calls it high noon. I have no, high noon meaning, it's time. I'm ready to buy. I'm ready to get in. I'm ready for your course. I'm ready for your coaching. I'm ready for your training. I'm ready. High noon. The magic of attraction marketing is that we never have to convince, because all we do is collect people and put them on our hopper, our list, our content, get them on our blog, get them on our live streams, build an audience, and then you just keep feeding them, right? Didn't I say that people, they have physiological needs and safety needs? Do you realize that they need to be fed in a whole different way in business? They need to be fed, and then they need to feel safe. If your prospect feels fed by you, and your prospect feels safe with you, what are they likely to do? Blank from you. Buy from you. Now, here's the thing, though. If you're not making sure you're taking care of your own needs, then it's really hard for you to go out and talk to people because you're freaking out. Fair? So you need to become aware of where you are, and then you need to become aware of where your prospect is, and that will help you determine how to spend your time. There you go, time management in 2 sentences. If you haven't created the content, if you haven't done the work, then you haven't managed your time well. You can't get people into your hopper, and then you can't send a letter that makes you $20,000, $30,000 in a day. Wouldn't it be great? That's the point of that whole course. Practice. Where's Landon Britt? Is he in the room? He's over there somewhere. Where'd he go? That man right there. I love that guy. Twist your list. He's the guy who's still writing and sends it in. Out of all the twisters, Lyndon sends me letters all the time. Everybody else thinks it's over and she's not looking anymore. Lyndon's smart. And he has cool earrings. Check them out later. So, next one up is love and belonging. Okay? How many of you are part of an organization somewhere, probably like this one, where you see that people like to come because they feel loved and they feel like they belong? How many of you guys have seen people stay in different things when they're not progressing as far as money, but they stick around because they feel loved and they feel like they belong? Right? Many of your prospects think they want money. I'm sorry, my hair is just doing funny things here, and I don't want to mess up my microphone. But they're looking to feel loved, and they're looking to belong. In fact, many of us, I know I was the epitome of this person, and still am in a way. Why do you think I come out here early to do all the pictures? Because I want to feel loved and belong. I want hugs, too. Sometimes you're busy going, you're going to get rich. And the guy just wants to go somewhere quality where he can be with quality people, probably like-minded individuals, so that he can feel like he belongs to something and he's part of something bigger than himself. Some of us in this room are in this stage. Some of us, by the way, you go through all these stages because you could be making gobs of money and be broke. You know, you could lose it all. Happens a lot. So you could go from being really in a great place to really over here and vice versa. So you can be in different ranges here. So many of your prospects, the reason why you want to follow up with them and the reason why you want to continue to help them along their journey is because they want to feel loved and they want to belong. Any of you, and I know, don't raise your hand because I know nobody in this room ever does it. These people don't do anything. I can't believe it. I've given them my all. I've worked so hard. I've done webinars. I've helped them. I've done everything I can. They do nothing. Yes. I've never said that, of course. Did it ever occur to you that what they're looking for might be something different? Right? So if you read letters I put out, there'll be a lot of letters that have sales offers and different things in them, and there'll be letters about, marketing concepts and ideas and this and that, but a lot of them are stories so that they feel loved and feel like they belong. And I invite people to write me back because that's really what they want. They want to be acknowledged. And you can build large organizations full of people that just want to feel better. It's a pretty good thing. Everybody with me? Okay. Next one up is esteem. Esteem. Feeling important, feeling acknowledged, feeling recognized. Where are all my L1s? Hardest one. Where are all my L2s? Where are all my L2s? Clive is just, I'm here. Here I am, I'm Clive. Where are all my L3s? No wonder they're L3s. Look at them. You L2s, you got to pick it up now. I am really messing my hair with this, and they're going to kill me. L4s. Leah. Where's Tracy? Is she in the room? L4, Ms. L4, you L4 people. Where are my L5s? L6s, you're too important for me to even call you out. How about April Marie? She just snuck it in this week. She's like, wah! Never underestimate a woman with a goal. Let me ask you, and for those of you that haven't ranked up yet, don't worry. You're going to learn a lot of stuff this week, and you get it done this week. No big deal.
Yes.
Right? You can do it any day. I wrote a piece about this. I had a couple people introduce themselves to me and say I almost didn't come because I didn't hit L1. I'm like, come on now. And the reason why was because that esteem thing, right? The esteem thing was impacting them. I can't go because I won't gain esteem. Recognizing your people for their efforts. The first lead is a big deal. The first sale is a big deal. And we all want to celebrate it. But let me give you a tip. Celebrate yourself. Absolutely. Jump up and down and celebrate. But if you start celebrating people more than you celebrate yourself, you'll make a lot of money. That make sense? Yeah. We're really good at recognition here, are we not? And finally, Baxter came out. Guys, when I met Baxter a couple years back, Baxter, aside from being a honey badger, which, they do nibble a little. Has anybody been bitten by Baxter? They made you sign a thing when you came, and the reason why is because Baxter bites sometimes, especially if you don't cheer loud enough and stuff. So when I met Baxter, Baxter was a little bit shy, had esteem issues. He was afraid nobody would like him. He was afraid that he'd bite people and he'd get thrown out. He was very afraid that you guys wouldn't embrace him. But this year he decided to come out. So could we really quick show some esteem for Baxter? Right? So you want to focus on your needs in this area, okay? Because sometimes the need for esteem will actually override our ability to do business because we're kind of caught in that, right? So we want to focus on that. And then what we really want to do then is turn around and make sure we're giving that feeling to a lot of people. It's one of my biggest secrets, guys. You know, I'm the digital dingbat and all that other good stuff, but I'm going to love on you more than anybody else. I challenge anybody to love on this group more than me. I bring it on. Please do. Let's do it together. But I'm going to love on you more than everybody else. It's a really big secret. I'm going to believe in you sometimes more than you can believe in yourself just yet, because I know it's possible. Now, the last one is the one that very few people get to, but we're going to do a little work on that this weekend. It's self-actualization, okay? This is, this is Brian Finale every single morning, sitting outside wherever he's sitting doing his meditation. You guys ready for Dr. Joe Dispenza this weekend? You have no idea what you're in for. Really. Some of you do. Some of you have a great relationship with him. But for many of you, you have no idea what you're in for. It's going to change your life. Self-actualization is when you don't worry about the fact that your hair is all over your face because you're not aware of it. As I'm not there, right? Because I'm sitting here going, my shoes and my this and that, and what about the thing? And do I look like a zebra, like a chubby zebra? Right? And this morning I had a different dress, and it was wrinkled, and it wouldn't come out. I'm like, that means I'm not self-actualized yet. Okay? Steve, I'm not kidding. It was bad. It was bad. It was like throwing clothes all over the place. So these things, when we become really attuned to them, we can change our own behavior. Because do you guys really care whether I wore the black dress or the zebra dress or the pencil skirt or do you care? That's a story I told myself. Except for Martin, he's very into fashion and he needed me to wear a certain outfit and stuff. But, I hope you approve of me, Martin. Okay. So when we're making copy, when we're making videos, when we're writing blog posts, I want you to get into the psyche of the people. I want you to say things that make them feel hopeful, right? Because when they're on the bottom rungs, they need hope. When you hear an inspirational story about somebody who made it, that maybe perhaps they're like you, doesn't that give you hope? Yes. So you want to add hope into your presentations and into your materials extensively, because there's a lot of people looking for hope. They'll glue to you just because you give them hope. Not a funnel. Funnels are important. Put hope in your funnel. That's where the magic is. Give a lot of recognition. Give a lot of esteem building material. Tell people things like, I believe in you. What you give away to others comes back to you. If you don't believe in yourself, go out and tell 10 people today that you believe in them. Watch what happens. It's magic. The self-esteem that you want sits in other people. Guys, I'm not lying when I tell you that I come out to see everybody because it makes me feel good. It makes me go, okay, maybe I'm okay. Maybe I did something here. Maybe I'm not just a girl who was broke at 32, who's here leading in a place that's about to change everything. You guys have no idea what's going to happen this weekend. I mean that. And what I want you to know is that if you try to do it alone, you're going to fail. The things that we're going to show you this weekend are here to support you, to help you. The environment that we already... You guys think we have a good community right now? Do you feel the energy in this room? I mean, Thursday... This is the only company that people come a day early because they just want to start hugging early. They just want to start live streaming. Who was here on Thursday? Just like, right? They came a day early for no apparent reason. Brian's like, why are all these people here? Because they want to be together. If you think what we have is good now, wait till this afternoon. If you think what we have is supportive now, wait till this afternoon. If you think what we do in our groups, on our wake-up calls, on our webinars is good now, wait till this afternoon. If you go it alone, you will fail. I say that from experience. I tried to go it alone. And then I decided to get help. And when I did, my world tilted. Because guess what the help gave me? It gave me the ability to create money, which helped make sure my family was fed and housed and clothed and our cars worked. It gave us shelter and safety. It made me not worry about getting pizza. I was able to go to the movies again without taking out a mortgage. Now they got the recliner seats and everything. It's like $700 to take your kids to the movies, you know, right? Right? They don't have those by us. I went to Dallas. They give you a pillow, and they give you a blanket, and they give you a recliner, like with the button. You don't even have to pull the thing. You just get, It's like so awesome. And it's only like $50 million to go, you know? So it started making us feel better, right? I got a coach. I got somebody to look up to, somebody to help me, somebody to guide me, somebody to smack me around a little bit. God knows I needed a smack. And then I started feeling like I belonged to something. I started stepping up and being a leader, being that, you know, this is before I was with MLSE, but, you know, the equivalent of L1, L2, L3, L4, they started to say, hey, can you do a call? Hey, can you participate in this? Hey, could you speak at the event? And I started to change the way I saw myself. I didn't do it by looking in the mirror at myself. I did it by having other people reflect back to me. Do you guys get that? It's when you step into being brave with help, and you do that for how many, I don't know how many people, and y'all lied to Mark, I know you did, because Mark goes, how many people are doing video? And everyone's like, eh. Do you know how many people have said to me, I haven't gotten a video yet? So you're all liars, bold-faced liars. I mean, serious. I made one video one time at 2 o'clock in the morning that nobody would see, and then I deleted it. Or I was making tacos, and I did a live stream. He knows who he is. I'm not revealing. 6 people saw it, and I took it down. No. That doesn't count, kids. Don't be lying to my man, Mark. We talk about you behind your backs. You have no idea. You have no idea. Steve, you need to be in our circle of, we need to talk about people together, you and me. Okay, I'm gonna talk at Krivda. Look, it's your fan crib. See, that you got a hoot. They like you. They like you. That felt good, didn't it? Felt good. Felt good. It's time to step up. It's time to manage yourself. And then all you have to do is use this knowledge to, I don't want to say manage other people, because that sounds manipulative. This isn't manipulation. This is just understanding how humans work. And by the way, if you have kids, you've been doing it to them all along. Kid goes on the potty, and everyone's like, pee-pee on the potty, pee-pee on, woo, 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 woo. Right? And then somebody's like, you know, I got my first sale, I made $100. That sucks. I was hoping to make 1,000 by now. No, you gotta go pee-pee on the potty. Then you go in the community and you celebrate. Then you call your coach and you celebrate. And they'll let you celebrate for one day. Because if you don't make pee-pee on the potty tomorrow, right? Business is business, right? Business is business. Guys, I'm just so thrilled to be here. I'm just about done. I hope you enjoy your Gary Vaynerchuk books. Please use them in health. And I've hugged many of you. Some of you guys have been coming in for like second and third hugs, and it's really wrong. So for those of you I haven't hugged yet, I'm looking forward to those hugs. And guys, make sure after lunch and everything, you are back here on time, and make sure you stay in this room till the end today. Guys, we are now for every business person everywhere, all over the world. Anybody who wants to learn to become a professional marketer, this is now their home. And you in this room have the opportunity to leave this event and take that out to the world. And if that doesn't give you goosebumps, I don't know what's gonna, guys. This is your time. This is your place. My friends, this is My Lead System Pro. Thank you. Love you guys.